Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a video that I wouldn't usually make. Now, with everything going on, which you know what's going on by now, I'm pretty sure, but, this should be the only time you expect me to make any content remotely relating to the virus. I've practically vowed to myself that I wouldn't make a single video mentioning coronavirus, but considering the hacker problem that's grown a lot since everyone's staying home, having all the time in the world, I've decided it's time to nerd out and gather a bunch of information on the subject of the hackers, not the virus. I'm tired of hearing about it, and I want to save my breath instead of talking more about it than needed. I'm gonna leave that to other sources. I was just told that the Lagbots are gone, plus the localization files were updated. Upon telling a friend this, they were ultimately smarter than me and checked the TF2 website to see if this was true. The date is April 7th, 2020 when I'm typing this into a script. Yes, I typed this into a script. Right as I was finishing the script for this video. That's great, but I'm not throwing out this video idea because I worked passionately on a Google Doc for this, so now this script is supposed to be all in the past tense. But it's almost 6 pages long, so I'm not editing all that. Bear that in mind. So, with the apparent abundance of hacker bots going around crashing servers, I want to gather all the information I can at this time and turn it into a compiled info video, citing other TF2 content creators that have also mustered up their own footage about it and uploaded it to the interwebs. Each and every one of these videos I mention will be down in the description for your own viewing. Disclaimer, none of these people are my friends, so if anything comes up about them in the future, don't cancel me just for mentioning them once, thanks. Okay, when I first noticed the server crashing bots problem, it was through a video on YouTube recommended to me. It's called TF2 Breaking News, Cheaters Can Now Crash Games by TheAfricanRedHead. This video was uploaded on April 1st, so I was really hoping it was a joke, which it wasn't. Even days after the release of the video, the issue was still strong, and there's evidence to back it up. In the TheAfricanRedHead's video, he showed a bot he spotted, whose name I'm not going to say, and even though it's blurred, you should be able to make an educated guess on what's covered in the name if you've run into them before. I've run into multiple of these bots during the month of March, but they didn't seem to have the ability to crash servers then, as far as I noticed, so don't quote me because I could be wrong. In the video, the TheAfricanRedHead came to either a conclusion or theory that these bots crash the server when two of them are on separate teams. He then went on to make a second video about this called TF2 Breaking News Lagbots Attack Hightower. In the video, he claims that Hightower is being targeted by the bots, but in his stream, TF2 Lagbot Discussion Live, he mentioned how after he uploaded the video, he realized that they were targeting casual in general. This can be supported by the fact that more people are making content about this situation as well, showing their experiences with these bots on various casual maps. Now, I noticed he was streaming this when he was about 30 minutes away from ending the stream, but I don't plan on watching the entire thing because I don't want this entire video to be about his input only. There are more TF2 content creators I'd like to touch on. An honorable mention, I think, would be How to Avoid Casual Crash Bots by rabscootle. Based on the title, I expected something serious, but boy was I a fool because, come on, this is TF2. This dude went into competitive just to avoid the bots in casual, and he got a market garden on the enemy team's medic. What a champ. Funniest thing I've seen come out of this entire situation, and yes, even funnier than a scientist turning himself into a pickle. The TF2 Lagbot problem by Elmo21. In this video, this is written on screen, and I have no idea why I didn't think to mention this unprompted myself, but yes, days ago, these bots were kickable. That goes to show why I never noticed them crashing servers until these past few days. I'm using this footage from LuckyStar, uploaded on February 4th, 2020, to show as evidence that yes, the bots were kickable, but they are now able to crash servers in seconds, giving no time for anyone to call a kick vote on them. That became questionable for me when I came across a video titled "You Can Kick Lagbots Before They Crash the Server" by Lia Rein. They managed to kick the bot in time. What are the odds? I may be reading too far into this, but is it possible that some of the bots haven't been upgraded to be able to crash servers? Pretty sure I'm making a stupid question though, and I feel it's highly unlikely. This probably happened just by chance. Who knows? These aren't the only bots that are around. Turns out there are furry bots and more various named bots now, as seen in this video by Ace, TheOcarinaMaker. Not to mention, someone had the bright idea to create a COVID-19 Lagbot that has the exact same server crashing function captured in TF2's footage. Very original. Haha. The same bot can also be spotted in Hot Dog's video, Server Crashing Bots, TF2. So why do these people run these cheats? A video by TooftyTV can answer just that. This video, uploaded on February 7th, 2020, before the crashers, shows that Toofty himself interviewed these hackers out of curiosity, and he found that cheating wasn't as shady as he thought it would be. He happened to interview 8 hackers. 7 of these 8 did a verbal interview, while 1 agreed to be interviewed alone on an empty server, taking the interview into the game's chat box. All 8 that were interviewed turned out to be in the 14 to 20 years old range. So, people around my age. I'm 19. I think a lot of people may assume I'm younger than that because of my voice, but that's not the topic we're here to talk about today. That doesn't mean they are limited to that age range, nor is everyone in that age range doing it. Those were just 8 of them, which there definitely are more than that. Turns out 6 of those 8 admitted to cheating being some form of fun. Now, I don't want to call and throw names at these people, but could some of these people be considered cyberbullies? By definition, cyberbullying means the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. May I emphasize the word typically? It doesn't mean it has to be specifically by this definition. They are ruining the multiplayer game that just so happens to run on the internet that, in a sense, is a form of electronic communication so bad for the victims, leading them to complain and or uninstall or stop playing the game for who knows how long. Just my thoughts. Let's move on to more evidence. TooftyTV goes on to say that the bot spam in chat are triggered by these keywords, and try to avoid these words by maybe instead using this example Toofty gave. I don't know if the bots could have adapted to this by now, but it's worth a shot. He even mentions how it's ironic that he's made the video because the cheaters enjoy the reactions they get. That includes the content that's been coming out on the topic, including this one you're watching right now. Even before I started this video, I knew that these types of videos are going to get more views by nature, giving more attention to the botters. Sadly, that's just how it is. I didn't want to give them more attention than they deserved, but when it came down to it, I really wanted to make a video that is more informative than all the other videos I've been seeing coming out of this. Even this video won't be able to contain the entire amount of information there is on it, but it's probably the most you're going to get out of a singular video. I felt that this is the best I can do. Moving on, PyroJoe decided to try out the servers himself, and all 3 matches he was put into were ultimately crashed by you guessed it, a bot. 3 doesn't sound like much, but a tweet from Dakota Dean in this video mentioned how they played 12 rounds and there were bots in every single one of them, while others like Blaze played 20-something rounds and only encountered 1 bot. The TF2 community has been coming up with ideas to give to Valve about how to stop this. These ideas in summary are: 1. Update the VAC. 2. Restrict how many packets an IP can send, tweeted by Ornabug. 3. Introduce the trust factor from CSGO. 4. Require people to have their Steam account linked to a phone, so that if the account gets banned, so does the phone. And hackers can only get a limited amount of phones to combat this. Right? I'm not going to go into detail on these ideas because I feel PyroJoe explained it way better in his video than I ever could. I asked someone on my server who was playing Team Fortress 2 at the time how many hackers he encounters. When I woke up in the morning, I read this message stating he ran into a total of 5. Meanwhile, in another Discord server I'm in, someone warned of the rampant hackers in casual, then later took that statement back because it seemed to them that the problem was dying down. But I wanted to see for myself. This is when my little experiment comes into play. Similar to what PyroJoe did, I counted how many rounds were playable and how many, well, died or didn't load into the server at all. I decided to make my own twist to the experiment, though, based on a Discord message I got from a friend who wants to stay anonymous, stating, personally, I just leave and find a new server, but I can understand people who are famous for TF2 having trouble because bots can snipe their accounts and follow them. This gave me an idea. What if I attempt 10 rounds with an alias name, and 10 rounds with my YouTube name, including the YT, to be out there in the open? Now, I'm no famous TF2ber, but I am in fact a TF2ber. Maybe the hackers don't discriminate. I don't know. The result I got for the alias name were 2 crashed servers, 3 didn't even load in, so it's safe to assume they crashed before I could even join, 2 kicked hackers in the same round, and 4 clean rounds. When it came to the YouTube name rounds, I'm almost convinced the chances were just random, but more unlucky during the YT rounds. I'm not at all a famous YouTuber, but I wanted to see if they'd follow me anyway, considering the first round wouldn't load in along with another 7. I decided there's no way the first can be crashed by being followed. Only 2 rounds were playable. I think that for me, it's by chance, and boy were those chances unlucky. That's about all I have on the topic without giving away too much of the other creators' content. I recommend you go watch all the TF2 content creators' videos I mentioned through the links down in the description below. I've made a playlist of these videos that I've had privated before the release of this video, but will be public by the time you're watching this. Link to that is in the description as well. I've added more videos to the playlist than mentioned. No doubt there is going to be more content coming out about this during the next few days or more, so I will be adding those to the playlist also. This video was made over the course of 4 days, spanning from April 5th to April 8th, 2020. I only make a Google Doc like this when I really want to sort out my thoughts on a topic, this one being one of 2 well thought out Google Docs. The other one, although unrelated to TF2, has to also do with hacking, but in Mr. Robot, because I love that show. But it's a very much darker form of hacking. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe and like after all this hard work. We are currently at 98 subscribers. That's 2 away from 100. Yes, I can do math. When the channel hits 100 subs, I will be having a private scrap.tf giveaway that you will only be able to access if you go to a link I will put in my Discord server when the time comes. So anyway, enjoy being able to play our game again. I'm riskitryan, and here's the cliche: I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. So why do these people run these bots? A video by TooftyTV. I've been saying TF2 and not TV, my god.